Welcome back to my channel. It is officially Halloween, so happy Halloween. As I've mentioned before, this is my favorite holiday of the year, so I'm very excited that we are finally on the spookiest day of the year. I did a little Halloween themed makeup. I did go out and do some Uber driving for a few hours this morning, and I wanted to be kind of spookified and festive for the occasion. I'm also wearing one of my Halloween t-shirts. This is one of the ones that I got off of Temu. It has this super cute little gnomies on it. I freaking love this, and it is so freaking comfortable. And rest assured, I have already started putting things into another cart for another haul on Temu. They have so many cute things that have the gnomes on them. I really had to kind of reel it in and restrain myself because I wanted to get everything. It's just so freaking cute. But yeah, thought I'd wear this one today. As far as like spooky themed plans for the day, we were thinking about going to Zubu, which is a little thing that they do at our local zoo for Halloween, but it is supposed to be super cold tonight. It was like 80 degrees 2 days ago, but it's supposed to be like in the 30s tonight. So yeah, we will not be walking around the zoo during the Arctic tundra. It's just not going to happen. So what we're probably going to do is just take my son, just kind of go around to some different neighborhoods, see who's giving out candy. We noticed that each year less and less people give out candy. I'm sure you guys have noticed that too, but at least he can do a little bit of trick-or-treating and get a little bit of some fun for the spooky season on the actual official day of Halloween. In this video, we're going to be doing my November Shop My Stash, November 2023, and I am in a mood to like empty things, use things up. I do have like an ongoing kind of project empties that I do for the whole year. And from time to time, I will update you guys on that. But I have some things that I'm really wanting to use up. I have like a handful of foundations. I have like half a bottle or less. I really want to try to use them as much as I possibly can before the end of the year. So that's kind of the mode that I am in. So for this Shop My Stash, a lot of the base products will probably stay, but I'll like add a few things here and there. It'll mostly be the eyeshadow palettes, blush, highlighter, stuff like that I will be changing out. But talked enough in this intro, so let's go ahead and jump on in. As usual, we're going to start with our eyeshadow palettes. I like to start here so that way whenever I'm doing my blush and highlighter, I know like what kind of tones and things that I want to bring into the Shop My Stash. Didn't mention in the intro that we're also focusing on fall themes since we're in November, and this is kind of like the fall Thanksgiving month, so I like to bring in the fall tones again. So let's go ahead and put all of these back. The first thing we have is our Butte Bean and Shroud. It's freaking bats. One of my favorite Halloween themed palettes ever. And I brought out 2 out of 3 of the Hocus Pocus palettes. This one's still performing amazing. This one, not so much. But then again, I bought these for the packaging. So at the end of the year, whenever I do my eyeshadow palette collection and declutter, I'll probably move all the Hocus Pocus ones into my archive. But this one is still performing amazing. I also pulled out the Misunderstood. This is the Villains palette. This one is one that I already have in my archive. I haven't used this palette in forever, but the formula still performs beautifully. The shimmers, especially that one down there, Dr. Facilier, the green, creamy, rich. This palette is still amazing. And then I pulled out my 2 Halloween-themed palettes from Nomad. We have the Haunted Europe, and then we have, this is the newest one for this year, the Ghost Town USA. I pulled out a lot of eyeshadow palettes for this Shop My Stash. And then the last 2 palettes that I pulled out were the Blow and Smoke, which is an all gray, black, white palette. Have you guys noticed that this season has been the season of cool tone? Like every brand has been launching cool tone palettes. And the thing is that they pretty much kind of all look the same. Definitely something I have noticed, but this palette is still beautiful and still loving the Moonfall. I'm going to put all these away and then we will pick out the ones for November. I already have a pretty good idea of the palettes that I'm wanting to use, so this shouldn't take too long. And the first thing that I want is this one, the Smoking Hot palette from ColourPop. I picked this up during the Labor Day sale. It's one of the palettes I have been wanting to add to my collection. This is just a collection of very warm, smoky kind of shades. You got some reds, you got some oranges. I think this would be perfect for November, so we're going to go ahead and use this. And this will be my first time using this palette. I'm also going to pull back out my Blend Bunny All Done Up palette. This one right here. And then the Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley, which is right here. So we're going to pull this one back out too. We're not pulling anything out of my archive, but I did kind of want to show you what I've done with it. I needed some more room over here because I'm going to be pulling some things from the drawers over here whenever I do the next collection and declutter. It's still not the best setup. It works for now, but what I want to do eventually is to take everything from underneath here and just reconfigure it all, because I'm wanting to actually put these in drawers. For now, this works, but this is still a work in progress. So let's move these over here. That's 3 palettes. As you guys know, I like to pull out 6. I might pull out an extra one. We'll see. I do want to look in my mini palettes. I kind of realized that I have not pulled out any of my mini palettes in probably like the last few months. So I wanted to see if there was anything in here that I wanted to use. So far, I'm not seeing anything, wanting to do fall tones. Thought I had some like fall themed palettes in here. Maybe not. Let's see what we have here. These are the mini Natasha Denona palettes I got out of BoxyCharm. This one. We will pull this one. And this is the Peak palette. Is there anything else? I think that's going to be it. I don't think I'm pulling anything else. I'm not seeing anything else as far as my mini palettes. Let me see if I want to pull out any singles. So I have a feeling that when I get ready to do my decluttering collection, most of these are probably just going to go into my archive because I have not really been using them. Let's pull this one. This is I Put a Spell on You. This is from Hocus Pocus. I think this was the middle collection. Don't Thou Comprehend. We'll try that one. Drawer number 1. We have the mini Modern Renaissance and then the mini Sultry. I did a review on these. I don't have the original palettes. They came out like way before I was into makeup. I've only been into makeup like really for like, 4 or 5 years, something like that. But these were beautiful. I'm going to pull this one out over the holidays, but yeah, we're not going to do those right now. I'm going to pull my Tarte Man-Eater, a gorgeous warm fall color story, and there's also some pops of purples and blues. We're going to pull this one. That makes 4 large palettes and 1 mini. I don't think there's anything else. Actually, no. Do I want to pull the ABH Fall Romance? It's technically a fall palette, but I'm trying to decide if I want to pull this out now or just wait till the holidays. I think I'm going to wait till next month, wait till December, and just use this to do some more holiday looks because I have used it, so far for the fall. So I'm going to wait and pull this one in November. Nope. Let's move on to drawer number 2. Like I said, I like to pull out 6 palettes, and so far I have out 4 big ones and 1 mini, so I have room for 2 more big ones. Let's see. I think I'm going to pull out at Foresight. This is the collaboration ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christy. I'll be honest, I'm kind of having issues with Christy right now, but this is a beautiful palette. And yeah, there's a nice variety of color and warmth in here that I think will be beautiful for the fall. That gold West Coast is gorgeous. And that leaves me 1 more palette as far as like the larger ones. Hold on, let me pull back. I've got you guys like so super close. You can't even see what I'm doing. I think I want to pull something out of the bottom drawer. This is the Tarte palette for this year, but yeah, I'm not really into that one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this one out. This is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. As you guys know, many of you guys know, didn't really like this one. This is my first experience with a larger Natasha Denona palette. My only other experience with Natasha Denona before this were the little 5 pans that I got at a BoxyCharm. This is a stunning fall color story, which is the reason why I picked this one up. The greens and the golds just really stood out to me. I want to give this one another go, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out too. All right, so that is 6 palettes, and I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to pull anything else. I do have this one right here from Zoeva, which is really beautiful, and this is a great kind of fall color story too. But I'm happy with the ones that I have pulled out, so we're just going to go with those for now. Let's quickly go through what is over here. Like I said, a lot of the base products are going to be staying out. May pull a couple of new things for the most part. This is going to be staying the same. First of all, I am going to be putting back the FN primer from Kimchi Chick. This is supposed to be a matte primer, but this kind of has a kind of an oily silicone feel. I don't feel like this ever really like totally sets down to a matte finish. It's not been one of my favorite mattifying primers for sure. I'm going to keep out the Touch and Soul Icy Sorbet. You guys, this is such a freaking nice primer. This fills and everything, gives you such a smooth finish. I've almost used this one up, so I want to go ahead and get it used up because I have had it for a while, and then I'll just repurchase it later. I'm also going to keep out the Kimchi Chick Puff Puff Pass Set and the Baked Powder and Banana. As you can see, I have almost used this up, so we're just going to keep this out until it is used up because I'm Probably not going to repurchase this one. We keep out our oil control mattifier from Murad. I just use this underneath my primers. I've almost used this one up, but I do have another one in my backups. Going to keep out my Revolution Blur powder. I really like this one. This is for under the eyes. It's such a nice powder. I'm going to go ahead and keep out both of these two. This is the Oma Beauty foundation in real life. The shade is in Bronze Venus T1. I am going to pull in one foundation. I'll show you that in just a minute. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This shade is insane. I've had this one for so long, and I've almost used this up. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one out until it's used up completely too. I'm going to put back the one from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. This one I'm going to keep out, and the only reason is because I've been mixing this one with the white concealer from AOA Studio that I'm trying to use up. This concealer, by the way, this is the Poutier concealer. I got this one from Temu. As you can see, it's a little bit deep, but mixed with the white concealer from AOA Studio. These two together look absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to keep this one out until I finish using up the white concealer. We're going to put back our lip and cheek balms. These are part of the Casper collection, the Halloween collection with Perfusion. These are decent. I feel like these work better as lip balms than they do blushes. We're going to put back our e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. This one is okay. Does a good job of setting everything down, melting everything together, but I don't feel like it's as long wearing as my one from ColourPop, the No Filter or the Urban Decay All Nighter. I just don't think it works as well as those two. We're going to keep out our Party Proof eyeshadow primer from ColourPop. I've almost used this one up in caramel. I do have a backup. I'm going to keep this one out until I've used it up. Like I said, I am in a let's use things up kind of a mode now. I'm also going to keep out these mascaras. These three are from Shop Missy. There's a volumizing, lengthening, and a curl. And I've actually almost used these up as well. So I'm going to keep these out and then just going to rotate another mascara in. I have like 4 or 5 mascaras right now that I have currently open in my drawer. So I want to kind of work through them. So we're just going to use these up and then we'll just rotate in a new mascara after those are used up. I'm going to go ahead and put back my e.l.f. brow pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and put back the Power Brow. This one is from Revolution, the Relove collection. I keep out my Bella Forever brown out at all times. I think I'm going to also keep this one out as well. This is from Beauty Vault. It's just an eyeliner pen. I've almost used this one up, so I'm going to keep this one out. When I use it up, I'm just bringing a new one in. So yeah, that went pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and move into this part now. I think I'm putting back everything that's in here. So first we have our Nomad Around the World highlighter. This is just a really pretty purpley shifty highlighter. That's what that looks like. Our Be Perfect Scorched Blush in Fever. Very pretty kind of mauvey purple glowy blush. Putting back our 2 Casper Perfusion, the Friendly Ghost collaboration highlighters. These are holographic and they're shifty. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put back our Villains highlighter and then the Grease X Revolution Sandy Cream Blush. Loved both of these. We're also going to put back from AOA Studio. This is one of the Hush Cream blushes in Shy. And then this one, this is one of the Plush blushes. This shade is in Stratus. I was actually a little disappointed in this one. I don't have many blushes, cream, liquid powder, otherwise that are in like tones like this. When I applied this to my cheeks and I went to blend it out, it was so patchy. It basically blended out to nothing. It kind of removed my makeup underneath. I did not like the way this one performed at all. So yeah, when I do my declutter, this one is definitely not going to be staying in my collection. We have our 2 bronzers, our cream bronzer. This is the Venetian Romance from AOA Studio and Canal, and then our Vacay Mode bronzer from Ardell. And then I pulled out 2 palettes. This is the Wayne Goss Vivid Azalea Weightless Veil Blush Palette, one of my favorites. And then the Blend Bunny Noctilucent. I pulled this one out to do for Halloween looks because these highlighters are like shifty. I don't know if you'd be able to see it in the pan. It's really difficult to kind of catch it, but yeah, they have like different shifts to them, each one of these. Perfect for the holiday or the Halloween season rather. Let me put this away and then we will move on to picking out some new products for this month. Let's pick out a foundation. I already have one out, but I'm wanting to pull this one. This is the Flower Get Real Serum Foundation. I just added this one to my collection. This is a foundation that I have been wanting to try for a while. The shade is in Caramel M5. I actually found this at the Dollar Tree. if you can believe it. I can tell the shade is going to be slightly deep, but I have these foundation adjusting drops from AOA Studio in white that I've been using with any of my foundations that have been a little bit too deep, and they have just worked beautifully. They haven't changed the formula, of the foundation much at all, and I'm going to try those with this to see how well it works. But yeah, I was kind of excited to see this at a Dollar Tree. I said I've been wanting to try this one for a while. Hopefully, since I found it at the Dollar Tree, I won't find that it's expired, but we never know. Let's put that in here, and we're going to move into concealers. I have two out right now. One I'm currently emptying. One I'm just mixing with another concealer that I'm emptying. So I do want to pull out a couple more. And the ones that I want to pull out are these. These are brand new to my collection. I just used these in a trying on new makeup from Shop Miss A. These are the Locked Creamy Concealers. I've literally only used these once in that video, so I definitely want to try these some more. And once I use up products over here, I'm just going to keep on bringing products in. Like I said, I'm in a, let's use stuff up mode. Then we got primers. I have the ColourPop eyeshadow primer, but I'm going to pull this one too. This is also newer to my collection. I used this in that trying on Shop Miss A. This is the Shadow Stay eyeshadow primer in natural. So we're going to pull this one. As far as face primers, I did try to organize my drawer a little bit. I have so many freaking primers, you guys, but I wanted to make it a little bit easier for me to find the type of formula that I wanted. So back here we have our gripping primers. Then we have our mattifying primers. Up here are like hydrating, blurring primers. And then all these over here are pore filling. I have the Touch and Soul. That is a pore filling one. So I'm just going to use that one for now. But I do want a mattifying. And the one that I'm going to pull out is going to be this one from Relove. This is the Super Matte Primer. And I think I want to go ahead and grab a gripping primer. We used the one from Essence in the last rotation. Let's use this one. This is the Power Grip from e.l.f. with the niacinamide, so we'll use this one. That's going to be it for primers. I'm going to pull one face powder, and it's going to be this one from Haley's, the Retouch Soft Focus Setting Powder. Alrighty, now for blush, highlighter, all of that jazz. This is actually going pretty quickly. Before we choose our blush and highlighter, I do want to go ahead and get my setting spray since it's right here. We're going to use this one, the setting spray, just the setting spray from AOA Studio, which helps to lock in your makeup. I want to test this one out some more. And I'm also going to pull out the one from Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter. This is the travel one. I had a duo that I got sometime back that are full size and then a little travel one. I've had this one for so long, I really need to use this one up. So I'm going to get this one used up, and then I will order another full-size one later. Now for blush, highlighter, bronzer. Let's start over here. I think I want to get a face palette. Let me see. Let's pull this one. This is also from AOA Studio or Shop Miss A from that haul. If you haven't noticed, I'm pulling out some new products I just recently got as well as some older ones. This is from Princessa. It just like slides out that way. I used this in that trying on, but I used it as an eyeshadow. I didn't actually use it as a blush, so I do want to try it as a blush. And there's some really pretty shades. Like those bottom two are like perfect fall tones. Do I want one of these? No, we're not going to pull any there. I really do want to pull the one from Blend Bunny again. The Bare Cheeks. These are such beautiful, perfect, warm, toasty tones. Like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. But I really need to use some more of my singles, so we're gonna resist the urge. I'm gonna pull one highlighter palette out of here that I have not used in a while. And it's going to be the 6-pan Spotlight from BH Cosmetics. So this is going to be all of the powder highlighters. I'm not going to pull any individual ones. For brows, we're going to pull this one right here, $1 Billion Brows, Brows on Point and Taupes. We're going to pull this. And I have mascaras and a liner out, so I'm not going to pull anything here. But see you guys see what I'm talking about? I have 5 mascaras. All of these are currently open. Well, 4 of them are open. This one has not been open yet. So I want to work through these as much as possible. If you guys watched my reorganization video where like when the palettes fell off the wall and I had to go and like figure out a whole new configuration for my palettes, I showed you guys I have moved a lot of my backups into the hallway bathroom. And I think I have like 4 or 5 mascaras that have not even been opened up in those backups. So yeah, I want to get through these so that I can try out some more highlighters. I already have the face palette that I pull up from BH Cosmetics, so I'm not going to pull anything else out. Even though I want to, probably need to. With that face palette, I know that I wouldn't use anything else in here, so we're done there. I am going to pull out one liquid, and it's going to be this one from Ardell, the Attitude Adjusters. I need to shake this up. This one is a really pretty kind of a copper highlighter. I actually found this at the Dollar Tree, and it's a really nice formula. Powder bronzer. We're just kind of rotating through these. I think I've pretty much used all of them. Let me get down a little bit lower so we can see better. We have the Kosas one, but this one has like a glow. I don't really want a glowy bronzer, you know, not for the fall in a way. That's more like a summer thing. I think I'll pull this one from LYS. This is the No Limits Matte Bronzer in Harmony. I think this one will be just perfect and toasty for the fall. Then a cream. I have a tinted moisturizer that I've been using as a liquid bronzer, and I've been trying to use that one up. I'm thinking about just using that and not pulling anything out of here. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. If I pull something out of the drawer, then I'll be tempted to use what's in here when I really need to use up that one. So I'm just going to focus on that tinted moisturizer that I use as a liquid bronzer. And so we're not going to pull anything else out of here. I think I'm doing really good, you guys. Individual powder blushes. Once again, we are in our warm season. I am going to definitely pull out, I need something on the orange side. So we're going to pull out this one. This is Orange Sunny from Odin's Eye. I've pulled this one out a lot this year, but it's just the perfect warm orange tone. That is what that one is looking like. I don't have anything warm and toasty over here. I have a couple, but I've already used them a lot and I don't want to pull them out. I want to like do something different. Let's see, what do we have here in the middle? I haven't used this one in a while. This feels more like a summer shade though, not really one for the fall, so we won't pull that one. What about this one? Colorful Blush and Passionate. This is from Sephora. It's kind of a warmer peachy tone. What do I think? You know what? We'll go ahead and we'll pull this one. My husband called, so I had to take a little bit of a break there. All right, let's jump back in. I know that I want to get this one. This is from Milani. This is in Coca Felicita, one of their baked powder blushes, perfect for the fall. What else am I wanting to do? Maybe something more on like the mauve side? See, this one is Water Lily from Udon's Eye. I've used that one. I don't want anything that has like a sparkly glow to it as far as that type of a formula. So I'm not going to do that one, but I think I'm going to get this one. This is from ColourPop and Baby Cakes. It's one of their pressed powder heart shade blushes. Yeah, that's a really pretty fall shade. We'll take this one out. So I have something more brown. I have something more natural, orange, something on kind of that deeper, richer side. I know that I want to pull out some cream, so let's go ahead and move on to the second drawer. I want to pull this one out. This is from LYS, the Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in Epic. Fantastic pumpkin orange cream blush. I'm going to pull this one. I've been wanting to use more of my cream blushes. I just have not been really using them. You know, that kind of happens when you have like so much. It's like it's really hard to use everything. You guys know that, do this for a living. I want to pull one of these. We have the Tower 28 and we have the Mora. We'll pull the Mora because the Tower 28 looks more like the one from LYS. So we'll pull the Mora. And this is a Love Heat Cream Blush and I Want You. I have these Anessa Myrix ones as well. The Yummy Skin in Golden Hour. Ooh, you know what? I'll wait. This is more of a summer shade, so we'll save that one. I feel like that one's going to be a little bit much for the fall. Do I want to pull out another color flush? I pulled this one out in September. Let me go ahead and pull this one back out because it's a really pretty, just, you know, perfect pumpkin warm orange. And I think that is going to be it. Do I want to pull a Venetian Romance? No, that is going to be it. I think I have pulled out enough, and I have a decent variety here of like different tones and shades for like different looks. So I think this is going to be good. Now, usually I film myself, you know, organizing this area, but I think I'm going to do that off camera just so that we can kind of finish out the video a little bit quicker. I'm not sure exactly how long the video was. Sometimes when, you know, I'm doing this, I kind of get lost in the moment. So I'm going to do this part off camera and then I'll just come back and kind of show you what it looks like when I'm done. We are done getting everything organized. And this actually went pretty quickly because I didn't pull out as much this time as I usually do. I actually have a lot less like blush and highlighter products than I tend to pull. And a lot of the products over here, as you guys saw, were ones that I just kept that I didn't really pull a whole lot of products out that were new. So yeah, this went pretty quickly. I'm looking forward to using up a lot of products as we get through the rest rest of the year. And I will definitely update you whenever we do the Shop My Stash for December to let you know how far I've gone. I'm also going to be doing like an end of the year. I've been collecting them right there, all the makeup products that I have used throughout the year that I've used up. So we're going to do a huge update at the end of the year as well. So definitely look forward to that in December during my 25 days of uploads. That is going to be it for this Shop My Stash. I hope you guys had a wonderful Halloween. I hope you guys had a lot of fun, got all the wonderful treats. I hope spook season went exactly as you planned. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.